right, so remember when Nancy Pelosi infamously said that Congress must first pass the health care bill in order to find out what's in it? Well, tonight, I'm sorry to report that it seems that she was right. Now, according to Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, a number of provisions were hidden so deep inside this legislation that most members of Congress are still unaware of their existence. It is a staggering $105 billion in appropriations that were inserted into the bill at the last minute behind closed doors. Now, in this case, the traditional appropriations process was bypassed, meaning that more than $100 billion taxpayer dollars has already been sent to bureaucrats to fund this controversial bill. Now, by engaging in this deceitful process, Democrats like Nancy Pelosi ensured that regardless of the outcome of last November's elections, that the hands of Congress would be tied and Obamacare would be funded no matter what. And here to explain how this was even possible and what Republicans can do to roll it back is Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. You know, when I first heard this, I said, well, I couldn't even believe the story. It's so unbelievable because Republicans have been saying, all right, if we don't get the president to sign on board in the Senate, we're going to defund it.
Right.
So now you found out through the Congressional Research Service.
Congressional Research Service. There was a report that was issued 2 weeks before the election. No one was really reading Congressional Research reports. And then there's another report issued in February that detailed the $105 billion. And this is an enormous sum of money.
Right, so
$105,464 million. This was tucked away inside the Obamacare bill. People say, well, what's wrong with you members of Congress? Why didn't you know it's there? It's because we didn't get the bill until literally a couple of hours before we were supposed to vote on it, and it's 2,900 pages long. What they did is they took the bill, this amount of money, split it up and put it in different sections of the bill. Nobody knew until February when it came out. We had an eagle eye from the Heritage Foundation. Ernest Istook, a former member of Congress, found this in this report. He wrote a few blog posts. One of my colleagues, Steve King from Iowa, also found out about this, and we've been trying to do everything we can to alert people and say, give the money back.
Well, first of all, how breathtaking is it that you can insert it in a 3,000-page bill and lose $105 billion in the process and nobody picks up on it?
Well, I think this was intentional, don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, do you think that Harry Reid, this just like escaped his memory to tell the senators, oh, by the way, if you vote for Obamacare, you're also voting for another $105 billion in funding?
Were they that pessimistic that December when they passed this that they'd lose?
Well, I think they knew. I think this was intentional. I think that's why I say Obama, Reid, and Pelosi, they owe us an apology and an explanation, but they need to give the money back. This is the good news. The bad news is Obamacare is pre-funded for the next 8 years. The implementation. We thought if we can't repeal it, at least
could defund it.
Yeah, at least we could defund
You're
it.
telling
now we
people
can't
now
defund
that
it.
you cannot defund it.
No, it's done.
So
it's done.
There's no way to remedy this?
Yes, there is. That's the good news. Okay, now the good news is we've got this 2-week continuing resolution. Government runs out of money on March 18th. This is what we propose. We've written language to add on to the next continuing resolution that says, Obama, Pelosi, Reid, you give this money back. You didn't tell the American people. You didn't tell the Senate. You didn't tell the House. Give the money back, and then we'll start talking about the budget. This is the first thing.
Is the leadership in agreement with you on this? In other words, will all the Republicans in the House hold the line, meaning you will shut down the government unless this money that they inserted to fund Obamacare is given back?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about this week when we go back to Washington, D.C. I just want to encourage your listeners. You can go to either my website, Michelle Bachmann, or my Facebook site. We're going to have regular updates, so go there for regular updates.
Have you spoken to the leadership about it?
I have spoken to the leadership, and we're going to have a meeting tomorrow at 5:30 at the Capitol to explain. A lot of members don't even know about this yet, this outrage.
Now,
so
also you found out that Kathleen Sebelius has, what, a $16 billion slush fund?
Oh, this is incredible. Section 402 of the bill. She has a $16 billion slush fund. That means she can do whatever she wants with this money. She can reach in, tap it, spend it any way she wants.
$16 billion?
Oh, it gets worse than that, Sean. In Section 1311A, she has the right to an unlimited tap on the Treasury Department. So if, let's say, California, that's in a financial mess, they can call her up and say, guess what? We need more money to put in these private health exchanges. Maybe, $30 billion, she can say sure thing without coming back to Congress.
I thought
she
Congress
can appropriate
appropriated
the
money. So they're
I
saying
did
that they
too. So did the Constitution.
But where do they get the idea that they can appropriate unlimited amounts of money? That's unconstitutional.
They gave themselves that authority. In my mind, that's unconstitutional.
I just can't believe nobody picked up on this.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Well, why do you think Speaker Pelosi wouldn't let us read the bill? Why do you think Harry Reid wouldn't give the senators the bill until just hours ahead of time? Remember, not one Republican voted for Obamacare in the Senate or House.
Right.
Only Democrats did.
Well,